Welcome to the house. We weren't here last week. We did our picks on Twitter like some half-assers, and we can promise you that will never happen again. Nick is here.
Hopefully.
I am here. Jack is there. Connor's there. We're here. We're ready for an exciting Week 12 of action. But since you didn't see us last week, I'll tell you right now, we had our worst week cumulatively, followed by our best week cumulatively. Week 10, we all went 5-8. Last week, me and Jack went 12-2, and Connor Lawrence was one game away from the first perfect week.
Damn.
He went 13-1.
I've been aiming for that.
He picked the Panthers
all
instead
season.
of the Falcons, and who could have blamed him? Well, Jack picked the Falcons, too.
It's a toss-up game.
I didn't even gain a game on Jack. That brings the current records to Jack cracking the century mark, 104-57-1. I'm 96-65-1. Connor in second, 2 games ahead of me, 6 games behind Jack, 98-63-1. Guys, this is getting to the nitty-gritty here.
Yeah, we're coming down to the end.
We are reaching. Is this the end?
I have no clue.
Did we say this was the last week? Or are we going to do the
Wait.
last week before? This might be the last week, technically.
This is the last week
I
because
think-
we can't go on past
Thanksgiving because then
break,
we'd
and
half-ass
that's next
it.
week because then we'd have 1 week here, and that would be the week that everything gets thrown at you. And
I think
then it's
next week
finals
we have
week.
like a championship week. Like we talk about it.
Boy,
We talk about it. I know Connor wants to do a Skype.
Something different
Something like that. We might do a playoff
Stitch,
special.
yeah.
We're
Skip.
thinking of content for the holidays when we're not together. But this is the last actual week of To the House. So we need to either me to gain 8 games on Jack to tie him, or Connor to gain
Unlikely.
6. Really, it's me and Connor battling
Likely.
to see who's going to buy the other 2 wings.
Unlikely.
I've lost every single stranded challenge there has ever been, and it looks like I'm going to secure last in this one too. But there's still hope. What are you doing?
Huh?
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm just overwhelmed with how well I'm doing.
Jack, you might win. Like there's probably over a 95% chance you're going to win this whole thing.
I'm sure
puny
there
man.
is.
The man,
Says
when I
might.
told you, hey, we're going to do this NFL pick'em thing every week, and you said, I'm going to pick whatever team I like better. Not even like who I think will win.
Yep.
Just on paper. Just,
Honestly, some of them I do
Characters.
kind of throw
Mascot.
a little bit behind.
Whatever.
But like the other ones, I
You're
just
here to
kind of
hear
pick
picks.
what-
It's time to give the people
pick
picks.
whatever.
Colts playing the Texans tomorrow night, Thursday night, where we are not good at.
Is Jacoby Brissett gonna play?
That's a Connor question.
Connor, is Jacoby Brissett gonna
Jack
play?
just had a
see why
second
not.
stroke. He had one during stranded too.
I couldn't see one. I think he's playing.
I think the Texans win either way because of what happened last week. Well, wait, how is Watson?
What happened last?
Watson's playing. Yeah, I don't.
Well, he got banged up last week. I
yeah,
thought.
he's
So
I
I
don't know.
was
I'm
confused.
taking the Colts.
I'm taking the Texans. At this point, I have to just send it and see what happens.
Horses are quicker than buffalo, and I'm assuming that's a buffalo or a bull.
I think it's a
Even
bull.
though that the buffalo were more of a northern to mid plains.
Well, keep in mind the
roaming
Colts won
animal.
this matchup earlier this year as well, I believe.
Yes.
So,
yeah, they did it at home in Indy.
so who do you take then, Connor?
This is a very, very tough game here.
And
I'll get into that later. It's gonna be my game of the week.
Oh,
But-
spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert.
Next time,
Spoiler alert.
just kidding.
Kills me.
I love you.
Very tough game because whoever wins this game comes out ultimately as the
It's the wild card in division.
wild card in division or the division champion. So I think personally, judging based upon a fact that is right before this,
And there's no Marlon Mack.
no
for
Marlon
the
Mack
Colts.
for the Colts. I originally had the Colts just because they have a great history against the Texans, and the Texans on Thursday nights were so. I'm going to go with the Texans in this game.
Oh,
I think just coming
there
off
we go.
a big loss to the Ravens,
I can't catch up to Connor, but I can catch up to Jack with that.
I'm
pick.
going to go with the Texans.
Broncos and Bills. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine. It's okay.
He's used to it.
Wow, this is another bull horse kind of matchup, I guess. I don't know. I guess that's more of like a bull. The horns look bigger. Anyways, with the Bills, I don't know what kind of team this is, other than the fact that like I thought they were good early on.
They played a
And
really
and-
shitty streak of teams because they're in a
Yeah.
shitty division.
But the weird thing was they gave the Patriots a good game, and the Patriots D just kind of bailed New England out of that one. Kind of a trap game for them,
and
though,
it
I
took
guess,
one of
but-
Josh Allen's worst games.
Yeah, it did. I don't know. I think the Broncos are worse, though. Then again. Holy shit. Wow. Hey. I know. Those are people I know. Holy fuck. What's up?
Jack.
Wow.
Keep it professional.
All right, yeah, whatever.
You may be the
That
champion
was-
here.
You may be the champion,
But outside of these doors.
outside of these doors, you're a nobody.
Huh? This is my house. Both of you go to fucking bed. I'll say.
I was gonna put my head on your lap, but other people might have drawn
I
conclusions.
don't know why you would have done that.
I know, like not like on your leg.
I don't.
But people would have thought-
Still, that's
We don't do that in this house.
That's no. I'm just saying
This
that
is
would
to
have
the
looked
house.
awkward, especially from the.
I'm
Rays'
picking the
perspective.
Bills.
I'm picking the Bills as well. Went on to
Now here's an interesting strategy for Connor, who
You know-
technically is in striking distance. Is he just start picking opposite of you and hoping for miracles?
You know, this is another one of those games that the Broncos came off of a big fourth quarter loss to the Minnesota Vikings on Sunday. Terrible fashion, too. Very tough game. I'm going to go with the Bills at home.
Okay, Connor picks the Bills as well. Giants and Bears. This is a game I don't want to pick because I really don't
but
know
honestly, like
and really don't think either team deserves to win.
Not at all. No Mitch Trubisky.
I think, though, if you look at Daniel Jones and the turnovers he's had, I think that Bears defense could
defense
eat
is
him
gonna-
alive.
yeah.
So I'm going to
Bears
take the
defense.
Bears.
he doesn't do good against a good defense. You know,
That Bears
he had a
defense-
game against the Bucks defense that one time.
Yeah.
Everyone thought he was God, but then they, really just kind of got to step back and say, "Hey, that's Tampa's defense."
You never know what you're going to get, despite their
Like a
ranking
box of
being up there.
chocolates.
But
With Mitchell the Bitchel out, it's going to be Chase Daniels' ball to throw, literally.
Are you taking the Bears?
Yeah.
Connor, are you
Oh.
taking the Bears?
I'm going with the Bears.
Wonderful.
That defense is
Steelers and
super.
Bengals in another game that I don't want to pick. I'm going to stay the Steelers because I refuse to believe they're going to be the first team to lose to the Bengals.
But if it's going to be one team, it's going to be
What
Pittsburgh.
game? What other game
would
would it be?
be.
Exactly. I don't know.
Well, don't they
because
play the
don't-
Dolphins?
The Steelers have no.
Did play
Yeah,
the
but
Dolphins.
They
Or
did
did-
play
They
the
already
Dolphins.
did.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
was the
God, they did
Dolphins
already play.
Win.
I think.
Yeah,
Correct?
and the Dolphins,
Dolphins won that game.
Yeah, my bad.
Dude,
I keep
it's
mixing that up in the Washington Dolphins
Dolphins
game up, I think.
Well, that was such a terrific game. Oh my God, wow, the talent. Oh my God. Should have been on primetime. Oh my
The
God.
future.
Jack, who the hell are you picking?
Well, the Steelers have like no receivers right now. Doesn't really
Or
make-
running
the only
backs,
thing that
or
separates them
quarterbacks.
from the Bengals is the defense. And if this defense doesn't have at least 14 points, I'll be surprised. Steelers.
Okay.
Jack.
Connor, you're a Steelers fan some days, a Vikings fan others, a Colts fan others.
Every NFL team
Who are you going to go with today?
have some sympathy for. Hey, it's got to be the Steelers, and that deciding factor, as Jack mentioned, has to be the defense.
Exactly. They're going to have
Yeah,
at
it's-
least 14
even,
points.
Even banged up, without James Conner, without Juju Smith-Schuster, without Deontay Johnson, I think they're going to have to rely on some other people.
Must-win game for the Steelers because the Browns play the Dolphins.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say the Browns win that game on their march for a very easy second-half schedule, much like the Steelers.
Pencil me in for the Browns as well, because, and I'm sure Jack is going to say the
like
same.
I don't know.
But-
The thing is, if I pick the Dolphins and get it right, I gain a game on both of you. But
But you're winning.
But you're
yeah, I
winning.
know.
So what do you have to lose?
Actually, wait. Yeah, why don't I just take the easier? Because if the easy way out isn't for me. I don't do.
You
the
should
easy
purposely
shit.
get like 7 games wrong so you beat Connor by 1 and just make him live with that.
If I could ensure that, if this was like a thing where I knew I could like do that, then yes. If I had total control over this, but no, I'm
But
not
it's
willing
the
to take that
NFL in
chance.
Week 12.
It's the NFL. I
Look
don't know
what
the
happened in
fuck's
Week
gonna
10.
and it's unpredictable.
Yeah, exactly.
We had-
I'm gonna take the Browns though because I feel like an idiot if I take the Dolphins. Cleveland's got some steam rolling, even though after that whole thing,
He takes the Browns.
after the incident,
Bucks, and for some reason, the Falcons, who look really good all of a sudden.
All of a sudden.
The defense,
I'm
especially.
gonna take Atlanta because they're hot right now.
I'm going to take the Falcons as well for the same
play the
reason.
hot hand.
Exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth again. Got to go with Atlanta.
And again, like pirates can't kill birds. It's like bad luck. So, and Jameis sucks.
Jameis Winston has been terrible.
Pirates can't kill birds, and Jameis Winston sucks. There's your analysis for that one. It's pretty easy, folks. Free money. It's free money.
Panthers and Saints. I take the Saints.
Yeah, I'll take the Saints as well, even though you can kickstart the offense. a
Saints
little bit.
again. Got to be the Saints.
Need a pull start on that.
Jack, for the last time this year, what do we have coming up in the next game?
It's a fucking bird battle.
Caw-caw!
Seahawks and Eagles, not a big difference between the two. You can argue that a Seahawk is a different species of eagle because most of them are those seafaring western birds. They're a bit bigger. They are birds of prey. They're predators. They're raptors as well. But when you look at it this way, one of these birds has a driving force that's like putting together the MVP season, and the other one will make one really good throw like 2 times a quarter. So I'm going to take the Seahawks.
I'm going to take the Seahawks too.
Seahawks, yeah.
So Seahawks across the board. Lions and Redskins.
Wait, I could have made a better point about now. Whatever. Lions and Redskins.
Lions.
Yeah.
Lions.
No.
Raiders and Jets. I feel like this is a game the Raiders might lose somehow.
Yeah, but
Somehow.
I still don't.
Exactly.
I still don't think the Jets will do it.
I don't.
Because the Raiders are kind of like gaining an identity with.
Well,
Detroit.
Le'Veon's also working on this rap album, it seems, and not focused on
And he's putting
football.
over 20 tracks on it. So, like, that's got to take some fucking time. Unless he's got a ghostwriter. Conspiracy.
Ooh, that's a tough one. But
Might be better than Astroworld, right, Connor?
No, not at all.
He just
Not at all compared.
he's learned to roll with
Right.
the Travis
I've
Scott
learned to
jokes
roll
so
with
well
it.
that I don't even know why I make them anymore. I'd take the Raiders.
It's a very tough game though. You know that.
Are you taking the Raiders?
I'm going with the Raiders.
Okay, I started writing it and I didn't want to delete it, so I
I'm
kind
going
of
with
said
the Raiders, but simply based on the fact that they're in a playoff position, they can get into it. But you know they got to win a game like this, and this is one I think they can win.
They should change the name into the Oakland Gruden Grinders because they're going to be grinding out the rest of this fucking season if they want to make the playoffs.
that. So you take the Raiders?
Tough battle in
already
the
said
AFC.
the Raiders.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Jaguars and Titans. I'm going to take the Jags just because Big Dick Nick.
Didn't he play last week?
Yeah,
How'd he do?
I think he did okay. Maybe.
How
He
did
might have got
Tan-
hurt again for all
They
I know.
lost to the Colts.
I was just watching Red Zone, and I
how did-
saw him make a
How
couple
did
passes.
Tannehill do?
Not a clue. Like I said, I only saw
All
what they
right.
showed me on Red Zone,
Well,
which wasn't a whole
I
lot
was
of the
just
game.
going to compare the quarterbacks in this one because the defenses are kind of hit or miss for both.
You have two very white dad-looking quarterbacks manning these two teams.
Yeah, but I'll say this: Tannehill has beat the Chiefs. Nick Foles has not beat the Chiefs this year because he was hurt, I think, or I don't even know if they've played each other yet. Nonetheless, I'm going to take the Titans because they're unpredictable. I feel like this is an unpredictable game.
Were the Jaguars the team that got shellacked by the Chiefs week 1?
Possibly.
I can't remember now.
Possibly.
Jack takes the Titans. Connor.
Very tough game again. Chark Jr. actually had 2 touchdowns last week.
I remember that pass.
2 touchdowns, I believe.
Yes.
However,
Uh-oh.
I'm going with the Titans at home.
Okay, I can gain a game then, maybe, or lose one. Cowboys-Patriots. The night games are all pretty good. Or later games, I should say, because that's not
As
a
they
night
should
game,
be at
I
this
don't
point in
believe.
the season, you would hope. But we will see how that goes down.
Cowboys and Pats.
Cowboys on the road in Foxborough. I don't like it.
Tough place to play.
I don't like it either,
lot of
especially with that
people-
New
defense.
England.
A lot of people are on Dallas. They give them a game. High-powered offense, dynamic. As you know, the Patriots had trouble with Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. This team can do a little bit more. I think it's going to be closer than a lot more people think. But I'm going to go with the Patriots at home.
That's a pretty solid pick, I'd say. I don't think the Cowboys have it. I just don't.
In Foxborough, tough place.
I do think the 49ers have it to be able to defeat the Green Bay Packers at home, meaning the 49ers are at home. Mm-hmm. So, what do you guys think?
I've really been on the Packers this year. What I want to know what I am picking the Packers. If I can get that stat
I can
pretty
try to
quickly.
figure it out
Just see
very
how many
quickly.
times I was
Don't
right
just
picking
keep
the
talking. I'll figure it out.
All right.
Myself included.
See, I just want to know because I know I've picked the Packers a lot, and I think it's benefited me more than it hasn't. So
I don't think it has. They lost the Thursday night game.
The week 1 they
the
lost the
Thursday night-
Thursday
the
night
Thursday
game.
night
That caused
game
us to drink
was
the hot
stupid.
sauce.
Yeah,
We
they
had
did
to drink
do
hot
that
sauce
shit.
because of Aaron Rodgers.
That burnt. It wasn't
That
even
burnt.
the fact like it hurt because I've had a decent amount of spicy food in my life. I'm a fan of spicy food, but when it sits in your stomach
And
and
you
it
drink that
just
much?
feels bad. You just don't feel good. That's how I describe it. It's not the fact that it's hot. It's the fact that you have all this acid-based liquid just sitting in your stomach with nothing else because I don't know, Army likes to make a bag of beef jerky like $10, $11, which is just horse shit, but I digress.
Jesus Christ.
going
Oh,
up.
it's a fucking scam. But
Packers or 49ers?
you know what? They'll go with the Niners. What do I have to lose?
Tough one.
You were
but
4-2 with the Packers last. I was at week like 8.
All right, yeah. So that's not enough to me. That's
Tough
not-
one. You guys both
Who,
went.
you just take the 49ers?
Yeah, I took
Okay.
the Niners.
Who are you taking, Connor?
You guys both went with the 49ers.
Yes. Are you just going to say you're going to go with the Pack?
I'm going with the Pack.
Go, Pack, go. Connor Lawrence.
Don't know what it is. I'm going with the Pack. I think they're going to hand Jimmy G his second loss.
Jack, we have an animal battle. Ravens and Rams. Jack cracking his back.
I tried to. It didn't crack. Birds and Rams. Well, Baltimore's been really good. LA's been subpar. I think Lamar Jackson's going to take this LA defense and do whatever the fuck he wants with it on Monday night. And you're going to get a lot of good Booger quotes watching Lamar Jackson play football.
What did he say last week?
He said
Wasn't it
so
like in
much
football,
shit.
teams win and lose? A lot more lose than win, or
No,
something
he said
like
in this
that.
league, a lot more. He said in this league, teams lose more games than they win, or something along the lines of that.
yeah.
And someone quoted him on it and said, like, Booger McFarland literally said this. Like, and it's, I don't know. The Booger quotes account on Twitter is always great. I remember during the Monday night game between the Seahawks and 49ers, he just said the Seahawks are going to have to get it's 4th down. Seahawks are going to have to get a first down here if they want to possess the ball. Yeah, no shit. Who do you think you're broadcasting to?
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Because people even if you're a casual fan of football, you're not heavily educated in there is a Monday night game. Because I know people who forget there's a Monday night game.
Oh, yeah.
So
All the time.
these are people who know what football is. Have we voiced our disgruntled thoughts on the Monday night broadcast?
No, we
crew?
can do that soon, though.
We should do that at some point. I just want a small amount of time just to talk. It's a fucking mess. Also, get this neon display shit out of my face. I don't like the overuse of neon.
I just want to know
I
who
don't
Connor
anymore.
thinks is going to win this game.
I'm
Very-
sorry. I'm
Very
talking too-
overused color, as like the
hate it.
NHL has
God.
been a couple other weeks. Ravens Rams. This game is in LA. I'm gonna go with the Ravens. Almost said the Rams. I don't know why.
We'll
I'm gonna
allow
go
it.
with the Ravens.
We'll allow it.
Lamar Jackson,
Games to watch.
crazy. As mentioned,
Connor.
Colts and Texans is my game of the week.
We already knew that one. Jack, who do you think we should be keeping an eye on? I didn't mean to insult you.
No, it's not an insult. Just I want to go Cowboys Patriots because I think it'll be an interesting game, but I know who's going to win.
I'm going to go with Packers 49ers. Even though I picked the 49ers, I think there's a chance the Packers win that game or at least make it a very entertaining game. Jack,
Packers defense will make games
for
entertaining.
the last time, who's your fantasy player to watch?
For my last time, my fantasy player to watch is
He's got it. I think he's looking intently. Who's he going to take?
I don't have one right now. Someone else go.
Connor, I know you have one.
Jalen Samuels from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Oh,
Without James
boy.
Conner.
Oh.
And that horrible Bengals defense. I think he's going to run all over them. And that's the only option the Steelers have, really.
Odell Beckham
Outside
Jr.
of James
I
Washington.
is
have
questionable this week
I have one.
with a groin injury. I say he's going to play, and he's going to get 2 touchdowns to up his season total to 3 touchdowns.
As he was down, last week against the Steelers, right?
Yeah, because they
1
called
yard
it back.
shy. They
last
called
week.
it back.
They called it back and didn't
Or no,
cost
sorry.
me.
Was it 1 yard short?
I think it was
Or
a
was it
yard
flag?
short. Yeah, because I lost the fantasy points
1
for
yard
the
short.
touchdown. Unbelievable. Jack,
Mine's not a player. It's a band of players, a band of brothers, as you will. The only good part about Chicago football, the Chicago Bears defense against the New York Giants.
A band of brothers.
I think you're gonna have a couple takeaways there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Second defense
Yeah,
chosen.
if they can pin the Giants deep and pressure them and make Jones have Jones make a bad decision, you can probably bet on they're going to take that turnover into the end zone, whether it be a fumble. I think Khalil Mack's just going to have maybe 2 scores on his own.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been To The House. This is the season finale of To The House. We'll be back in 2 weeks for the, I'm assuming, Jack O'Brien Championship celebration. Jack is going to give us his thoughts on winning. We're going to go over the season thus far, our thoughts on it. It'll be a good time, a casual conversation between the three of us. And thank you for supporting us all season long. We'll see you soon. Take care. This has been To The House. We'll see you next time.
I forgot my thing at the end.